Hello, my global Echelon family, and I want to welcome all of you new participants in this great adventure. It's so important around the world that we use our consciousness to know that we can participate and we can actually, through our consciousness, change this world. So I hope that we will grow in number so that the power of our focused consciousness is something that we see for ourselves makes a difference. What I'm seeing right now as a theme, because of course we always look at a theme that relates to humanity, to our personal selves, and then we extend that out to use consciousness to make a shift in how that theme is playing out in the world. The theme that I'm seeing right now is blame. It's a very primordial, old theme that is so comfortable and so deeply embedded in us that we don't even realize most of the time that we're doing it. But I'm seeing it loud and clear here in the United States in terms of our presidential elections. I see it on personal levels. I definitely see it on global levels. Who is blaming whom? So the theme of our work today is called the play of blame. Let's release it from inside ourselves so that we can get about what's important in this world rather than belittling others, blaming them, so that we can feel safe that we are not to blame. It's just a game. It doesn't work. Close your eyes. We begin with our breath. Breathe in through your nose. Hold at the top and exhale slowly through your mouth. This brings your brain down into a meditative alpha state. Exhale slowly. And again, breathe in through your nose. Hold at the top. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Reach up into the cosmos and pull down to you a beautiful beam of pure white light. Imagine it coming down through the top of your head, coming down into your solar plexus, the center of your emotional body. And as you exhale, laser that white light out to illuminate our planet. And then back into the sky. Once again, draw that white light down into your solar plexus and laser it out across the planet and back into the cosmos. And rest for a moment. Opening your eyes. So this is a great opportunity, again, to begin with ourselves, because all of us blame someone. It might have been when you were a child that you blamed someone. It might be right now that you're blaming someone. And the thing is that when you blame them, you actually become the victim. You're actually giving them the power over you because they did something and that influenced you, and somehow you weren't the one. And so that's why we want to remove it, because we don't want to be kept hostage to any of our emotions from our past. We can outgrow them, we can move on forward, and that's what we must do as agents of change in our global Echelon initiative. So let's begin with that. Close your eyes. Again, breathing deeply, ask your higher self to show you. It's the intuitive essence of your soul, your own inner voice, to show you who you are blaming now, at this moment, that needs to be released from that pattern. It's an old one, comes from many eons. Just see who your higher self shows you. It might surprise you. Just anyone who pops into your consciousness that on some level, consciously or unconsciously, you are blaming them. See them in your mind's eye. You might instantly know why you're blaming them. It doesn't matter. If they come into your mind's eye, that's it. Ask them what frequency of light they need to be released from that blame so that both of you are free. Because, of course, you are participating and they are participating. See what color they ask for from you to break that energy between you. And whatever color that is, reach up again into the cosmos and pull exactly that frequency of light down through the top of your head and laser it out to them, letting them take that color in so that as the color enters them, it simply breaks the bond. It frees them from your blame, and in freeing them, you are free. So just continue to extend that color and watch where it goes into them and see what happens. They may disappear, they may smile, there'll be a shift. And open your eyes. It's a time of great change on this planet, and some of the people that we've been hanging on to for one reason or another in terms of our sense of self, we need to release so that we can go forward. There'll be new people, people that you can witness and recognize without the blame. That would be a better world. And so let's just quickly look at this patterning. If some of you, hopefully, or all of you have looked at my book, The Evolution of God, I discuss in that where that primordial patterning of psychogenetic inheritance comes from. Initially, it came from the beginning of time when the shamans said, I will be the interlacing, the connection to the gods. And of course, if they asked for the rain to stop raining, or they asked for it to rain, or whatever it was, and it didn't happen, they realized that they could be in danger because the people were counting on them to do it. Very like today, this illusion that some leader is the one. It's not that way now. It is all of us. And so, in order to avoid that danger, they created blame. The shaman said, no, the God did not do it because the God is angry at you. You need to sacrifice. You need to do more for this God to make this God happy and happen whatever this God does, calling the rain or whatever, or growing the crops. And that's where blame began. In order to avoid danger, we placed the blame, the shaman placed the blame on the others. And that has carried itself out through the eons of time until right now. And it's not useful to us. So let's clear. This is a very high and powerful energy, but I want you to have it. Let's clear this psychogenetic inheritance and see from whom right now you got it. It might be someone in your family. It might be your religion. It might be someone, a friend or a teacher that's sort of instilled in you, or someone way back in your family tree. That psychogenetic inheritance to blame in order to protect yourself. So close your eyes. Now ask your body from whom in your family constellation, which could mean teachers, friends, they've all been family one time or another, you inherited the pattern of blaming others. Just see the first person that pops into your consciousness. And whomever that is, hold them in your mind, and again, going back now from this time to that point of spiritual inheritance, ask them what frequency of light they need to be released from passing that game of blame to you. See what color they need. They may be Father's 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 father, mother's 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 mother, way back in your tree. See what color they asked for? Light is what everything is created from and how everything can be shifted. Whatever color you get, that they're showing you again, reach into the cosmos and pull that color down through your solar plexus and laser it out to them, releasing them through that light, releasing them from being the ones that instilled in you the psychogenetic inheritance. And then look onto your DNA, however you imagine it, there's no way it has to be, and find that point of inheritance of blame. It might look like a hole or a black spot or a tear or shadow. What does that inherited blame look like for you? Ask your higher self to show you the brightest, most radiant white light and laser it into that point on your DNA and dissolve it to the highest octave of light. Dissolve it away so that you will not pass it down, so that you disrupt that psychogenetic patterning. And as you've lasered that in and allow that brilliant white light to dissolve it instantly, command the trillions of cells of your body, each one to recognize that shift in your genetic encoding, that you do not hold an inherited pattern of blame. The game of blame. Not you, not us, not anyone. And breathe deeply and just feel the shift. You don't have to protect yourself that way. You can trust you and everyone else and open your eyes. And now lastly, let's send out an energy and let's send a tool. It's a cosmic tool, a spiritual tool, to all of humanity, that they can release themselves from these old patternings so that their consciousness is not entwined. Remember what you perhaps have heard me say, the victim and the victimizer are one. So if you're blaming somebody, you're stuck with them. Let's let them all go and go forward, all of us, in the evolutionary pattern, which is why we came. Close your eyes and imagine that you're pulling into one massive group, all 8 billion plus human souls. Bring them into your mind's eye and ask them what spiritual tool they need to release this pattern so that it is not ingrained in our human genetics. We can change genetics. They're just paired letters. It could be a symbol or an object or a color. Just take that first thing that comes to you, the tool that will release them from the game of blame. And whatever that is, that symbol or object or color, again, never from ourselves, but from the infinite universe, draw exactly that tool in that form down through the top of your head and laser it out to all of humanity, and feel as if all of humanity, this massive group, is taking in that tool, and that tool is changing the genetics, it's changing the focus, it's changing the need to blame, and freeing us to go forward ourselves, not having something looming or someone looming over us and choosing the patterns and what happens in our lives. No. Let us do it ourselves. A little bit more of that tool, lasering it in and feeling the shift. That somehow there's a brightening, there's a lightning energy that occurs, there's a shift going on, a change. And take a deep breath and open your eyes. So, this is my Gandhi. This is my Gandhi. He is a great being himself, And so when we talk about our world, it's always important to include the other beings who are sentient. Notice that he came up here, where he's actually not allowed to be with me for this. So I send you all a giggle, a lightness, that we can all release ourselves from the illusion of blame and just go forward. Until next time, great love.